Howdy folks, it's a US holiday today, so there's not a lot going on, but I'm going to go through the charts with you super fast and just do a scan really across the board. So I'm actually not going to open up these charts individually, but I'll try and zoom in while I'm editing it. So natural gas, nothing really. I still think we're going to $3.80. I've done so many videos on that, and you can have a look at those from yesterday. I'll link the natural gas video at the end of this one. Sugar, nothing on sugar. I think commodities in general, I think we've got some downside still, excluding perhaps energies, but sugar, cotton and soya, wheat, cocoa and whatever, all of them and a few others are probably going to see a bit more downside and then a bit of an escalation or a rally or a pickup in volume probably as well, because volumes have been a wee bit low. So I think we could see a bit of a pickup later in the year. But for now, I think all a little bit short. And then the energies, natural gas, we've talked about a lot, and also WTI. Have a look at yesterday's video. It's really important. I'll link that one at the end of this one. But I think we're finding support on natural gas. I think we're finding support on oil, but not for long. I think oil's going to go up and then down again. There's my path. You'll have seen it in plenty of videos. So we're not going to go into that. XBIT, we got in at the lows of this candle, yesterday's candle, right at the lows at around $4.45. We're now at $5, so that's about a 10% rise. Probably a little overdone, so we'll perhaps look to exit that or some of it. Going across to Bitcoin, we've broken the channel, just faffing around. It's a public holiday today, so there's not a lot going to happen. Bitcoin, generally, I think we're probably short until about 40. We've been selling at the tops, but we're out of Bitcoin now. But we are in Coinbase short. That's not going to trade today. We're short from way up here, and we've dropped off a lot. We're long on the VIX. I think the VIX is a strong buy. There was also an article that came through on Bloomberg saying there's been a huge trade placed on VIX at these levels. It's not clear if it's short covering or perhaps fresh longs, or perhaps even long covering. It's not exactly clear what the position is, but it's probably a long position initiated at these current levels around about 12. Gold's barely moved today. We're long on gold. We don't have a trade on silver. Silver's diddling in the middle. And we're long on UEC and URA. We're holding half of those positions. And then when it comes to stocks, who knows? Well, we've had 3 days of sideways movement, dojis across the board here. A little bit toppish, I have to say. We could move a little higher into NASDAQ. I've given that room for it to move, but we're short on NASDAQ, short on NVIDIA, and I'm also looking to short AMD tomorrow. Look at that pattern there. I made a note about semiconductors on Twitter earlier today. We don't have a trade on Apple or on Tesla, but generally I feel that we should be selling into rallies on Tesla. We're below the 200-period moving average on Tesla. We're above it on Apple. We're above it on AMD. We're above it on all the indices and, of course, NVIDIA. Tesla is the only one below its 200 moving average, but Apple looks set to join it soon if it keeps on moving down. And then currencies generally, again, please have a look at yesterday's video where I looked at currencies on the weekly chart. I think the overall direction on the majors is short against the US dollar. I expect to see more strength in the US dollar in coming days. That will mean the dollar index will move up into these higher levels. But we are short on the dollar yen and we're short on the Swiss yen. And we don't have anything on the major currency pairs. Dollar yen's looking a little scary today. I saw some comments on X and YouTube that traders have been a little bit nervous about the dollar again. And that probably means we're heading towards the top. Maximum pain is approaching once again for those who leveraged heavily on the shorts. We edge very gently into the dollar yen shorts, and we've got plenty of ammo and plenty of leverage left without extending our risk to sell into further rallies all the way up into this red zone potentially, and that's just under 150. So we'll have to see how that goes. We don't want it to get higher, but if it does, we'll be selling more, and I'll consider that a bonus opportunity. Have a fantastic Martin Luther King Day. It's a holiday. I hope you're all taking a break. Have a look at the video I've just put up on my walk down the point at FlearSpy and get inspired, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.